In 2022, Air Canada was forced to honor a refund policy its own AI chatbot completely made up. A court ordered them to pay. Around the same time, a New York law firm faced sanctions because their lawyers used ChatGPT for research, and it invented completely fake legal cases. These aren't just funny mistakes, they are catastrophic failures, and they all stem from the single biggest unsolved problem in AI engineering today, the evaluation crisis. So why is this so hard? Evaluating traditional software is straightforward. It either works or it doesn't. But evaluating a foundation model is like the difference between grading a first grader's math test and a PhD thesis. There isn't just one right answer. There are infinite possible outputs. This leads teams to commit the sin of a vibe checks. Just eyeballing a few results and saying, yeah, looks good. This ad hoc approach is exactly how those catastrophic failures happen. It's unreliable, it's not repeatable, and it will eventually burn you. If we can't just look at the output, what do? We need to go deeper. We need a way to measure the model itself. Before we can evaluate a model's ability to perform a task, we have to understand its fundamental grasp of the language it's built on. We need a tool that can listen to the model's heartbeat, its core uncertainty. We need an engineer's stethoscope. That stethoscope is a metric called perplexity. At its heart, perplexity measures how surprised a model is by a sequence of text. A low perplexity means the model finds the text predictable, suggesting it understands the underlying patterns. A high perplexity means the text is surprising and the model is uncertain. Think about predicting the next word in a children's book. The cat sat on the options are limited. Mat, chair, maybe floor. The model is not very surprised. Now predict the next word in a legal document. The party of the first part hereby covenants. The vocabulary is vast and complex. The model is much more surprised. Formally, perplexity is the exponential of the cross-entropy loss. But the key intuition is simple. Lower is better. It means the model is more confident and has a better statistical understanding of the text. Okay, enough theory. Let's make this real. I'm in a terminal with the Hugging Face Evaluate library installed. The script is simple. First, we load the perplexity metric. We'll use a small, fast model, distilled T2, so this runs for free. Then we define our two strings, the structured HTML and the creative prose. The key part is here. We add our text to the metric and then call compute with our model ID. Let's run it. Okay, look at these results. For the structured HTML, we get a perplexity score of just 7.07. That's incredibly low, which is exactly what we'd expect for predictable code. Now, for the creative prose, the score skyrockets to 102.04. The model is far more surprised, and the best part is the direct comparison. The prose is over 14 times more unpredictable for the model than the HTML. This is our stethoscope in action. We've just objectively quantified the complexity and predictability of two very different pieces of text. This isn't just a toy. Perplexity has a critical real-world use case, detecting data contamination. Let's say a company releases a new model and claims it gets a state-of-the-art score on the famous MMLU benchmark. How can you be sure they didn't just train the model on the benchmark's test questions? You use your stethoscope. You run the new model on the MMLU test set and calculate its perplexity. If the score is incredibly low, far lower than other models of similar size, that's a massive red flag. It tells you the model isn't reasoning to get the answer. It has memorized the answer because it saw it in its training data. A perplexity score of 1.5 would be almost impossibly low, strongly suggesting the model has cheated. So, perplexity is an essential first step diagnostic. It's a great proxy for a base model's general language capability. But it's not a silver bullet. It tells you about the model's grasp of statistics, but it doesn't tell you if the model is helpful, truthful, or good at following instructions. A model can have a very low perplexity and still generate toxic or nonsensical text. After a model is fine-tuned for a specific task, perplexity can actually get worse even if the model gets better at the task. So think of it as the first tool in your toolkit, but not the only one. You've just learned how to use the stethoscope to check a model's fundamental health. But what happens when you need to know if your AI can actually get the right answer? In the next video, we'll cover the two pillars of objective evaluation: functional correctness for code and semantic similarity for text. Then, in part 3, we'll build the ultimate evaluator, an AI judge. This is a complete curriculum to make you an expert in building AI you can trust. If that sounds valuable, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss it.